But I'm like trying to research for this episode. I'm trying to read about anarcho-primitivism, and the former governor of Minnesota is inching ever so slightly closer by the minute to my chair as he talks to me about the White Bear Lake boating club. And then the conversation pivots to his time as governor of Minnesota. And it is bizarre because, yeah, like I said, it's like you're talking to a crazy bus stop guy, and every so often he'll mention the fact that he was governor of a state.
I had a lot
in the
of
late
power.
90s. And the conversation goes to education. And I don't know that I agreed with what he was saying, but I didn't really have the facts at my disposal to back it up. But he's like, they kept asking for more and more money. And eventually I said no. And then they say I'm anti-education and all this stuff. And I'm just like nodding, yeah. And then he tells me, this is the best
Well, he
part.
was governor. I mean, who the fuck are you?
I wasn't even, I was a no good Nick.
Gonna contradict Jesse Ventura
at the time. Well, he was the governor, and this is another thing he was saying, is he was making the argument very forcefully that he was woefully underpaid as the governor of Minnesota.
Compared to his time as a WWE star, he was woefully underpaid.
But he was saying, like, the superintendents, people don't realize the superintendents make more than the governor. What does that say?
Like, this jacket, I had to melt down the money they gave me and turn it into a Boba Fett jacket.
In a way, that's my religion.
I practiced the ways of the Mandalorian.
People ask me, how do I have sex
But
with all the armor? You don't.
He tells me, this is the best part, is he's like, I was the governor during Columbine, and no one listened to me about how to save the schools back then. And he says,
Put me in there.
I was like, well, what did they, what was your solution? What should they do? And he's like, here's what you do. You hire 2 janitors at every school who have served in the special forces. These are guys who could shoot the wings off of a fly. So, like, and no one has, the kids don't know no one has to know about it. Like, no one has to know about this plan that you're going to publicly announce.
By the way, they will work cheap, these special forces janitors. They were homeless until yesterday.
They get paid more than the governor.
Our budget's
I was like,
awry.
he was saying they could keep guns on their ankles and just like have them ready at all times in case. So the only people who would know about it were them and the principal of the school. And it was like, and that way you stop terrorism, because the best place for a terrorist to go is a public school because it's supposed to be safe there. And I was like, so Governor, what happens if the principal is a terrorist? And he hadn't really.
Is anyone else talking to Jesse Ventura, or is it just
No,
you? I have
it's
to
just
know.
me. He's chosen me to zero in on because I'm too polite. I have,
Because you
by
ask the
way,
questions they're afraid to ask.
You broke him with a riddle? Oh, no. Logical fallacy.
Well, at this point I had headphones on, and he just still zeroes in on me and starts talking about like education spending, and I'm just like too polite to not take my headphones off. I stump him there, but then he's like, "Well, principals aren't going to be terrorists. They're nice people." And then I asked
That's
him,
true. Can't
"Okay, so
contradict
why 2? Why is it 2 janitors?" And he has to think about this one for a minute, and he's like, "Well, people work better in pairs. So you have the east and west wing of the school divided up, and you have them working together. If it's one janitor, then he's going to be overwhelmed."